short run and long run shutdown points. So as we can see here, in the short run, a firm will shut down if the price it receives falls below OC. So suppose if the price falls below OC or 0C, that is the point where a firm would shut down. So below 0C, the price will not even cover its variable cost. In the long run, when all costs are variable, shutdown point will be at 0D. So you should have a clear idea which price would intend to be the long run, that is 0D, and then in the short run, the shutdown point will be at 0C. Short-run average cost and revenue curves are shown in figure 4. The average fixed cost is vertical distance between average variable cost and average total cost. So you can see here we have average total cost and average variable cost. As we had discussed before, ATC will be equal to your average variable cost and your average fixed cost. So we have already the ATC curve and the AVC curve. Therefore, the difference between these two curves will show you the average fixed cost. Because of profit maximization, the firm will produce where MC equals MR. So let's find out which point is it exactly. So we can see here MC equals MR at the first point over here. This is the point where we can find MC and MR connecting. And that will be considered as the profit maximizing point. If price P1 is 0 OD, the firm will cover its cost and make a normal profit. So here, point to be noted, if price is P1, that's at this point, and then if the firm is covering its cost from 0 to D, at this point, the firm will make a normal loss. That is where your cost will be equal to your revenue. If price is higher than OD, 0D, so that means we are talking about a range over here. It will produce more than OB. So definitely it's going to produce something more than the 0 and B. So that's the point which is mentioned over here. If price is in between 0 and C, so that is the portion that we speak over here. If it's in between here, if the price is in between 0 and C and 0 and D, this point, it will not cover both the variable cost and fixed cost. However, the price will be higher than the average variable cost. Hence, in the short run, sales will make a contribution for paying all the fixed cost, because whether you produce or not, sell or not, you're supposed to pay for your fixed cost. 0C is the lowest price at which the firm will produce in the short run. So that is the point where a firm will produce in the short run, that is this distance. At price P2 or 0C, so P2 is the point over here, this point, at price P2 or 0C, no contribution is made to paying fixed costs, but the firm is earning the normal profit element included in the cost. So again, there is a normal profit there. So below a price of 0C, so if you are unable to reach till C, then it's below. This is where the firm will have to shut down. It its losses from continuing in production will be a greater than loss made by shutting down. Not only it is not covering its fixed cost, but it's not even covering its variable cost. Now, these are the explanations so far which is related to this graph in the first half. Moving further, point A is called the shutting down point in the short run. So we are looking into this specific area, which is point A, short run shutdown point in figure 4. This point is where the firm will shut down in the short run. If figure 4 showed long run cost, the long run shutdown would be at O0B. So in the long run, if the firm is intended to shut down, so that is the point where it will have O and B. So let me mention that there. Suppose if firm is here, this is the shutdown point if it's in the short run. Whereas if it's in the long run, the distance over here will be the shutdown point in the long run. In the long run, all costs are variable, so the average cost curve is the same as the average variable cost curve. Price will have to be at least 0D from the firm to produce, otherwise it will be shut down. For example, in the long run, if the firm cannot pay its rent, it will be removed from its premises, or if it cannot pay its taxes, then the government will shut down. So these are the points that we are considering here. As per the headline, you should know where exactly the shutdown point is for the short run and the long run.